Hello, it's Pete from Pete's Retro Collectibles. Welcome to the video. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, you should be. Right, that's all I'm going to say. You might see some animations at the bottom of the screen though. Just keep an eye out for them. Sunday Carboots sale. I didn't go to a Carboots on a bank holiday Monday, quite honestly. I enjoyed the day off. Wednesday Carboots sale. Got two Carboots sales to talk about and some reasonably good stuff. Quite honestly, when I was going around collecting it, I was quite in a bit of a, not a foul mood, but I didn't think I was collecting anything decent until I got back to the car, looked at it and I thought, value-wise, it's not bad. It doesn't look spectacularly interesting, but when you add it all up, it's not bad at all. Right, so I'm going to crack into it. Yeah, I got a picnic basket, first off. Very nice, and it's one of these with a proper woven basket edge. It's proper vintage, this. Woven willow, square, well, rectangular, with two hasps and a willow stave to close it. I don't know what it's worth. I mean, it's very similar to brand new modern ones that are being sold, but it's not modern. It's probably a couple of decades old at least. And that cost me £4, which was a good start. Now then, I got a car boot table. You know, the plastic topped with the metal legs folding. And I will clip into it right now the video that I just made, because quite honestly, I didn't want to sit here with a table across my knees to show you it. So, be right back. One of these. It's a folding car boot table. Now, if that take is anywhere near reasonable, I'm not going to include it in the main video, and I'll slip it in because it's just too much hassle to be sitting down, reaching over and grabbing a table. Right, I hope you enjoyed the video, or rather the inbuilt, and it'll come in very handy over the summer. I expect to do at least several, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5, you never know, car boots, to get rid of junky stuff that I've got in my garage that isn't worth reselling. Right, next there was a guy selling these connector leads. They're figure 8s, and you know, I've already bought some kettle leads for 50p each, so these don't have plugs on. They came in packs like this, and he had 4 boxes of them. I wasn't going to buy 4 boxes of them. I mean, they come in really handy, but when are you ever going to need sort of 40 of them immediately? So I bought a box of 10, and he wanted a 5er, and I went down to 4. But also, I pointed out to him there was no plugs on these, so he threw in 10 second-hand plugs. Guy selling, he didn't have anything other than this and a few pairs of boots, but he was really high on the boots. Prices wise, he wasn't high on the boots. Simpsons skateboarding, and I paid £4. Yeah, I know. It's not in the best of nick. The actual electrical connections on the track are a bit worn, but I haven't actually tried it out yet. But for £4, I wasn't leaving it behind, quite honestly. Right, I'll put that down as well. I got a Canon electrical charger, or rather, in a box of junk, I saw a cable, just like one of those figure 8 cables with a plug on the end, and a charger. And I knew it was like Olympus, Canon, whatever. From about 20 foot away, I went over there, and I said to him, how much is the stuff in the boxes? And he says it's £1 each, or 3 for £2. So I thought, well, I can have a look around these boxes. So I picked that one out, and then I had a route around and I found these two items as well, which are excellent. A Lenovo keyboard. This is actually just a plug-in USB keyboard, but it's got the numbers on the side. I much prefer a keyboard with keys for numbers. Rather than picking off the top row, you can just go like that with your right hand. And my Bluetooth keyboard that I use, rather than using the laptop, I use the laptop on a mount so that I can read the screen at eye height, and then I have a keyboard underneath. Full size Bluetooth keyboard. Well, it's been playing up, but this just plugs in, so that saves me messing about. And I also found this, and it's all nicely neatly tied up because I've already put it up for sale. It's a Plantronics P260S. I know that means nothing to anybody, it didn't mean anything to me, but it just looked like a conference calling microphone. And it's got one of those little USB connectors at the back, as well as a USB cable. So I thought, oh, that might be interesting. So I got the 3 for £2. Well, I took that one up for £35. It's actually what you use for like Zoom calls, conference calling with your mobile phone, conference calling with your PC. If it doesn't have Bluetooth, you've got a Bluetooth adapter. Yeah, and it's made by Plantronics, which is one of the world's best types of conference calling and phone systems people. So yeah, trusted, £35. I'm going down the pile fairly quickly because the big stuff is at the top. Box of Lego Duplo, and it only looks half full, but I've been through it and it's all there, and it's got a little leaflet on like how to make the little things, and it's got one little boy and you can make all the bits, and that was £3, and I'm not exactly certain what I can sell it for, but yeah, I was quite pleased with that. This one was a bit more of an investment, but I was pleased I did it in the end. He wanted £12. It's a Sony CFD-S70. It was actually just loose on the tabletop, but it looked like it was in good nick. Had a couple of little stickers stuck on it. One on the button for pressing to press start on the keyboard, and then one on the stop button, as though it was designed for somebody who really didn't know how to use a CD player or a tape machine. But I wasn't bothered. I said to him, how good is this? He says it's working fine. I've got the box somewhere. So I said, how much? And he said 12. And I offered him 10, and he took it. And he brought out the box. It's like new inside, all the polystyrene, some bubble wrap over the top of it because it needed some at either end, and a bubble wrap bag for the whole thing to go into. £10. Got that up for 45. Hopefully it'll sell fairly quickly. That would be nice. This is a nice hand-sized video camera. Nothing spectacular. As I tried to convince the guy who cherished it from new, and that's the only thing I could say about it. It's absolutely spotless, lovely, and yeah, nice. Did it have a memory card? It does have a memory card, but it's not a big one. Has its own battery, lithium ion, 2 GB card. It's just a normal ultra fast card, but ultra fast back then meant 15 megabits a second. So yeah, not exactly fast really. Anyway, that was, he wanted, I think he said 12 at first, but he settled on 8 because I looked it up and they're going for between 20 and £25 in the box with everything, I think. if I remember rightly. So I said to him, can't really offer you £10 for a £20 item. All the fees and everything. I didn't bullshit him. I said to him, I'm buying these things to resell. So he accepted 8. So it wasn't bad at all, really. I bought a wall bracket. There's a story behind this. It's just a wall bracket for your TV. You screw that on the wall and you hang these bits onto the back of the TV, and then you hang the TV on it and tighten them up. I'm sure lots of people have used one. Anyway, it's got no screws with it to attach it to the TV, and no screws to attach it to the wall. So I got it for £1. And that's not the story. The story is I was looking for one of these exact things specifically because I've just recently I recently got a free TV, and now I'm going to run in with it and run out again. There we go. It's a Wharfdale, and it's got one of those DVD players on the side, and as you can see, it's got a cost cutter sticker on it, and a cost cutter sticker there that says 34 something or other. 34 something or other for a cost cutter TV. It's got a scratch on the front, but I've turned it on and it works perfectly. It was in Polish. All I did was fiddle about with it until I got the English menu up, and I know about this TV because I've got one in the garage as a testing TV. This exact model, which meant I also had the remote for it if I wanted to sell it. It's a L19T11WC, and it's got all the connectors, and that was free outside the cost cutters, and it just said, these TVs are free, take them away. Honestly, I kid you not. And the reason it's free is because it doesn't have a stand, so you can't really do anything except mount it on a wall. It didn't have a wall mount. Hey presto, wall mount, £1. So I'm going to take the testing TV I've got in the garage. It's fine. And I've got a spare remote for it that I've just tested with it. It works fine. I'll tell you more about the remotes in a minute. So I got that. The wall bracket was £1. I got PC game for £1, and I should be able to sell it for a few quid. I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 even. Got this nice Thomas the Tank Engine pop-up book, or box of books, and I wasn't expecting to pay this much for it. I'm rooting around in the boxes of this clearance guy, and I got this, and I was looking around at other things. Oh, I got this off him. Cop it for £1. It's in really good nick actually. It's got one slit corner. Everything else is spotlessly clean and fully complete. All the bits, the dice, all the pieces. And being a Spears, it's got the instructions in the lid. And these are going for about a tenner on eBay. I was surprised. That was £1. So I was expecting him to charge me £1 on this, but he says, oh no, it's £3. I'm like, oh really? So then I looked it up, and these have been going for 25. They've got some really nice, they're very simple pop-up books, but if you pop them out, you've got nice designs on them. They're only about 4 or 5 pages long each one. But yeah, very nice for little kids, and in a nice little box. It could do with a bit of a clean. It's been in the the clearance boxes from one of the guys. So that was £3, and then I got a digital camera. Really bad. These just aren't worth anything. But I picked it up and I had a look at it. It's a Vivitar F126 pink, which is a nice little colour for somebody, but I knew very well that these retail for under £10, I think. But it's got an SD card in it, 32GB. So I got that for £2. I paid £2 for that. The SD is worth about a £5 anyway. The camera will probably just go on my pile. I told him on my pile of cameras. Eventually I just sell them all off at once, 20 or 30 a go. Of all the ones I just don't want. PlayStation 2 bundle. Where's that? Oh, over there. Yeah, I've been testing it. It's a black PlayStation 2 Slim. But, unfortunately, the laser's not working. It boots up, it comes up, it plays its music, it won't read anything. It's just one of those things. And sometimes you just get done by somebody. At least I get through enough electricals that if you have a dud occasionally, you have a dud. But what's not dud is 2 genuine controllers, power supply, and an AV cable. So, yes, I spent 20 quid on it. 20. But the controllers alone are worth probably 30 between them. And the AVs and the power supply, I'll probably just keep it, not sell it, because the next time you need one for one, and you don't have to spend £8 or £9 getting one delivered from China that's, you know, third party. You've got an original. So that's something. I spent £2 on another keyboard. It's a light up accelerate keyboard because it doesn't have the mouse with it. I won't get it out of the box because it's empty. It's over there. It was being tested. Yeah, it works fine. I've yet to work out how to get it to light up properly. Only a couple of the keys light up. That's not because the LEDs have gone. It's because I haven't got the software installed or whatever. I just plugged it in, tested the keys work fine, and it doesn't have a mouse with it. So I think it needs driver software to get the lights to work. Not a big deal, it costs £2 now. I'm sure I'll get it working eventually. A couple of phones. BT1500 phone on its own. It's got the what do they call it? Answer machine part base. And they also do cord locking these. It does have the wires, but I just took them off because I didn't want to show them. It's just dangling about, you know what I'm saying? That was the base for one of these. 2 more phones. This is a 6800 twin. It's a bit more modern and certainly will go for a bit more money. And it's got the answer machine base on one of them. The other one's just a charger base, which just fell off the table. Right, that was Sunday's. And although it didn't seem like much of a decent sale, it wasn't bad when you work it out. Oh, actually, there is one more thing from Sunday. And I'll hold it up and you're going to go, oh God, not another one. It looks just like, and it says brother there, that it's a typewriter, but it's not. It's not a typewriter for people who are getting bored out of the brains by typewriters. It's, oh God, if you can get into it. It's a label maker, and it's a big one. It's the big one, and it's called a P-Touch 2730. This was a clearance guy. I bought this off. Let me turn the thing on. Oh, I can't. I took the batteries out. It had, no, it didn't have. It had a power supply and it had this. And if you open the side, it has a really wide sort of, I think they're 24mm tape. 24mm. quite an expensive piece of kit, especially in the box with the remotes, with the installation software, with the power supply, and with a cable. So you don't just have to type it in, you can use the software on your computer, USB cable straight into the side of it, and use it as a label printer, software directed. This will do up to 4 lines, it might even be 5 actually, along the side or vertically, and it costs £8. Yeah, that's the entire amount of Sunday. Now then, for Wednesday, I got to a guy's stall and he had 20 pence for any of this stuff, and he had trays full of DVDs and VHS and various other media gear. Now I know I've said I won't show you many media. Well, I've already shown you a video game, but this is blank. So I decided to have a look at his VHS, and I said to him, it's all 20 pence, is it? And he says, oh yeah, 20 pence per tape. So first thing I got was these 2 tapes. 20 pence each, 40 pence for 2 E240s, which is pretty good going, really. Sealed, new, already listed. Hopefully it won't take long. I put them up for something like £8 delivered, so shouldn't take long to sell. And then I thought to myself, there's still a good market in selling blank VHS even when they're used. So I got 5 E240 blanks, or rather used, recordables, and then there's another 9 E180s. So that's 16 in total, and he charged me £3 for all 16. I was pleased with that. I got another little video camera. It's nothing spectacular. It's a Vivitar. Yeah, this bit doesn't even swivel. It takes AA batteries, but it cost £1. So it's got a few scratches on the outside of the cover there, but £1. I've listed that for £12.95. We'll see what happens. On one of the stores where it's like, you know, boxes on the floor and you can dig around in it, I found this USB portable diskette drive, and it's actually got a diskette, a manual, a driver on a little CD-ROM, and the actual, let me get out of the box, it's all new in its little plastic bag, and it's just basically an unbranded one from China. Anyway, I've run it and it works fine, and it costs £1. So these are going for up to about 18-19 quid new, and it looks like it's new. It looks like it's maybe been used once or twice, and the box is a little bit shelf worn. So I'll be looking for about £10 plus delivery. And then strangely enough, a couple of stores further on, I found this. And it's one of those locking cases. Unfortunately, this wasn't done when I got it. I checked it over thoroughly, so I've done that myself on the way home, just banging things into the boot of the car. It will devalue it a little bit, but it does have another floppy disk drive, and this one's branded Toshiba, so I might be able to get a few quid more for that, maybe 15 quid, that'd be nice. And there's 65 multicolour floppy disks. I've checked a few at random by plugging this into my laptop, and they all seem to be formatted as standard. I think they come formatted. Yeah, they say 1.4 megabytes formatted. 1.44 megabytes formatted. So you need 3 for a single photograph these days. However, when I first started, you could get about 250 photographs on one of those. I kid you not. That was when I first started on eBay. I used to store all my eBay photographs on floppy disks. That's how old I am. Right, there you go. Yeah, and that cost £2 with this and all those discs and the box and the keys. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with those. I'm not sure what it's worth as it stands. I'll probably try to sell that as 1 unit. I thought about throwing that together, but anybody who wants these probably already has one of these. So I will do the separates. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, plenty of money, I think. And a box, Skybox. That was £3, not 2. I know I paid £3 for 2 previously, but they didn't have all this bit with them. This is all, it's actually got 2 wires to plug into the back, 2 power cables, an HDMI, and a SCART. And it probably needs only 1 of those. And the actual Sky remote is working nicely. So that was £2. Anything else? Oh yes, there's 2 things actually. I got this. Who remembers these? These used to be really popular. You go like that. Anyway, 50p. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the box. I think the ones in the boxes go for more money, which is understandable. When you split this down, there's a crack, not crack, it's a scratch. It's not a crack. There's different colour strengths of these. I think that's meant to be yellow and that's meant to be red. It's more like blood red and orange, but it doesn't matter. There may have been a 3rd colour and maybe that's the yellow one, so I don't know. But I'm sure I'll be able to sell it as it is. I don't know how much I'll like to get for it. Not serious amounts of money, I can guarantee that. What else? Yes. I went along to my electricals guy that I go to every couple of weeks, or buy off every couple of weeks. I go there every week, sometimes twice a week. He had an Xbox One that he wanted 60 quid for. I said to him, there's just no way, mate. There's absolutely no way. They sell them for 70, 80, 90 quid. This is the old black, clunky, slow Xbox One with a 500 gig hard drive, which is what I've got under my TV. It's fine for testing video games, but it's not a particularly fast gaming machine compared with the new Xbox or the replacement, you know, the 4K Xbox ones. So I said to him the most I could do is 40 quid, and he wasn't having it. So I was walking away, I saw a box, a cardboard box, and it had some remote controls in the top. And yeah, it's full of remote controls, so we did a deal on those instead. So that's half of them. There. It was 82 in the end. That's half of them. And I've got some of the rest. These are the ones I've looked at, and either they've got no backs or they've got crusted up batteries, or I can't identify the brand, and that's probably just about 45 of them. I didn't actually count them, but it's more than half, but not much more than half. So I'm going to estimate 45 there. Could be as many as 50, I don't know. And the ones that I've actually just been playing with this morning, we've got One for All, Sony, UView, Toshiba, Hitachi, LG, Panasonic, and various other things like Philips and Sharp. And these are all ones with backs on that I've tested and that have got brand names. So hopefully they're all going to be going for between 5 and 10 quid. And I think I've got about 30 brand name ones, assuming that 2/3 of them work fine. In fact, most of them, if they haven't got corroded battery terminals, will work. It's rare that I can't get a remote to work. But at these prices, I'm not going to split them apart, you know, unscrew them, get me joggler, gibbler, whatever they call it, get the plastic bits that go down the sides and unclip them all and clean them. It's just not worth the effort. If they don't work, they're going in that box, that bag there. In fact, that bag will have I'll go once over on those and then try and identify them. But if I can't identify them, they'll just go on the table, photograph the lot, turn them over, open the battery compartments, including the ones with all the crusty batteries, and take photographs of the lot and see what I can get for the job lot. I've done it before and I paid for the whole job lot that I bought. I bought 120 odd for £25, and I got £20 plus delivery for the 50 that I didn't want. They were all the unbranded ones. As it is, I'll just keep all the branded ones cleaned up once I've tested them. And that's how I got the remote for that TV that's fallen down on the floor. This Wharfdale was in that bag full of remotes. So there, saved me buying one for the actual TV there. And what that means is, of course, that once that's stuck on the wall in the garage as my testing TV, I can then either flog off the other one or, I don't know, do something else with it. So, what else? Oh yes, clearance guy again. I actually found this as well. It's a Toshiba LCD projector, and it works fine. I've tested it with one of those kettle leads from last week, because they plug into all these kettle lead holes, which is fine for these high power electrical items. Basically, you stick your USB or your VGA cable, or VGA 2, or S-Video, or you can even use the RCA cables from out the back of a games machine to power this, and you can adjust it quite easily. That cost £2 working. I don't know what hours there is on the bulb. A lot of these vary in price depending on how many hours are on the bulb. You can get the bulbs, I won't say reasonably cheaply, because I paid £2 for it. I think the bulbs are about £25–35, but then they last like 6,000 hours or something. I don't know exactly. They're pretty, is it 600 hours? Whatever it is, the bulb's working in this. So I'll set it as working. I'm not sure what it's worth. It's got to be worth something. That's my motto for this week, I think. There is certainly things here that I know the exact value of because they're easy to look up, like the Sony tape cassette CD radio. I don't know about the pricing on the floppy drives. I know about pricing on the Skybox. I've already priced up that, and I've priced up the Plantronics. I've already listed this for sale. I priced up the remote controls, some of them. The ones that I've cleaned up to now and tested. They'll go on in the next couple of days because it's just a matter of photographing front, back, battery compartment if it's clean, and cleaning it if it isn't. These are all clean because these are the ones I've selected already. It can be a bit of a hassle to go through 30 in one go, so I try to sort of do half a dozen, and then I can clean them in front of the TV on a night while watching some, I don't know, YouTube probably. Right, that's your lot. I hope you enjoyed it. Now then, I'm going to do the numbers combined for the 2 days. Projected. My actual sales, I spent in the region of £113, but it could be a few pounds either way. So I'm going to do a projected projected turnover. Obviously I haven't sold any of it yet. Projected turnover, eBay fees, costs including delivery, and that costs including delivery and what I spent on the goods. And right at the bottom down there, profits, if there are any. I'm sure there will be. And yeah, the bottom line is what I take home, because the costs are returned to buy more stock. That's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe. If you didn't, like and subscribe anyway.